Shalom, shalom. To the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakak Pudash. The honor to the apostle and elders of Lake Millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua have mercy upon you. I'm on this so-called white man page, and he's speaking about America. And the name of his video is "Americans Are Trying to Escape Living in U.S. Get Out While You Can." Ain't that something? Get out while you can. I know we never thought we'll hear and hear American talk this way about the land of the free and the brave. What that song is, the land of the free and the brave. Ain't nothing free about this place. But hey, listen up, y'all. I ain't gonna be long tonight. I'm gonna hit these precepts and I'm gonna close this out here. Let's get into it. I went to about 4 minutes. I said I'm gonna do a video on it. So if I go past 4 minutes, something new to me too. Oh shit.
Pizza Hut right now?
Y'all bear with me. Got to turn it up anyway. Alright. Okay, here we go.
The great American exodus has begun. America has reached net negative migration. And these are interesting numbers. I truly don't care about the numbers when it comes to this, because we can all look around and we can all listen to the conversation that's happening across the nation right now, and we all know the truth. There's no reason to be here anymore. The professionals aren't coming in. The people are leaving. And there's reasons for that. The fact is, this place isn't a land of opportunity anymore. Not when there's 1 million more unemployed people than there are jobs that they actually need. Not when the federal minimum wage is still under $10, while the real living wage just to afford a decent, normal life in America is around $40 an hour. And the fear of the immigrant is something that's really driven the conversation. But it's always focused on the landscaper, the construction worker who's traveling from Mexico, Central America, South America. But in reality, how this actually impacts America is it's the professionals that aren't coming here anymore. It's the international students that aren't coming in and paying the overpriced tuitions in our colleges. In the 90s, I was in a burn ward because I was in a house fire. And the man who saved my life was a doctor from Nigeria. These people have been here forever. Immigrants working in America, especially the professionals, it's not something that just began in the 2010s. And the doctors and nurses coming from Africa aren't the reason why you can't get a job. It's the economy. It's the fact that we've outsourced all of our manufacturing. It's the fact that we destroyed our infrastructure so manufacturing can't come in. It's the fact that we decided that selling our debt is more important than keeping a strong American lifestyle. No one wants to live in America anymore. There's a reason why half of college kids right now don't see a future living in America. There's a reason why more than half of women of childbearing age would prefer a life outside of America. It's because there's nothing here. There's no soul here. America's lost its soul. America has become a corporate job, and that's all. That's all your life is supposed to be, work. And the conversation on how to fix the economy is what? To make people work longer, right? To extend the work day, to make them work a few extra years, to make them start a little bit earlier. But this is just a Band-Aid. The American economy is bleeding, and it's going to be a death by 1,000 cuts. The professional people, the educated, those with specialized skills who can actually make a living and see opportunity in other places, they recognize that, and they say, the future in America is fraught with dangers. I don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for my children.
Fraught with dangers. I'm going to say this here, y'all. Y'all been laughing at the prophets for what? For quite some time now. Laughing in your drunken stupor, literally. uh, and drunk off not only the wine, literally, but you've been drunk off of the what of that Babylon confusion concerning freedom. And now it is full. Now it's at your doorstep, and now you can't believe it. And now the confusion is leading to you to do what? Most of these Edomites do what? So-called white people, they're doing what? Leaving. They see it, but Jake's still running around here, still looking for the next part and the next trip.
This is something that I understand because I'm a father. I have a 10-month-old at home. Right? He's got his first 2 teeth, by the way. It's adorable. But is this the country that I want him raised in? He's half American, he's half Turkish. Well, what does that mean in the 21st century? What does that mean when the country that he was born in is the country that's just wreaking havoc across the world? Well, at the same time, the lives of Americans count for nothing. I, and many other people...
You see how Esau know who he is? Huh? See how they know who they are? We can't say where we come from. We let y'all just say we Africans. Y'all know where we don't know where we come from, y'all. Most of us don't know where the hell we come from. We just caught up in the confusion of Babylon, man. And let me read this precept. I'm gonna start over here in Ecclesiastes, right? Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Right now, that's what we in. Right now. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. Meaning, that grinding meaning job opportunity. No more job. People are what? Homeless, on the streets. Because they are few. And those that took out of the windows, look out of the windows, be darkened. And that darkness is what? Goes into no future. So America has no future. It's over with, literally.
People don't want their children raised in a country that doesn't value them. A country that only sees them by how much profit they can earn a corporation. We have to sit back as Americans and ask ourselves, what is so great about life in America now? And you can say, well, it's the freedoms. But I ask, what freedoms are those in particular? Well, the right to bear arms. Right? That's always the big one. I can't have guns if I go to Scotland. I can't have guns if I go to Spain. And yeah, you may not be able to, but is that actually important? How the Second Amendment was written is for this time right now. But all the people who are the biggest proponents of the Second Amendment are the same ones who are licking the boots of those who are just absolutely derailing our nation. There's a great confusion in the soul of America right now. There's a great battle being fought by it. And it's kind of the darkest part that's been funded and propped up by corporate America that's winning. And those with the means have already left or are leaving. And those who usually bring their specialized skills into America to make the lives of Americans better, they're not coming. America is in a decline, a strong decline. And while I may sit in a nice neighborhood, you see these nice houses, there's a beautiful church, and there's a Starbucks down the street, and there's still food on the shelves. They keep you strong enough to work, but do they actually give you the strength to live? Do they give you the space or the time or the money to live? No. And that's what people want. And America was at its strongest after World War II when the rest of the world was trying to recover and build up. But the thing is, the rest of the world is caught up. And there's a lot of places in the world that have actually surpassed America. And that's only going to continue. In America, we're chasing a dream that no longer exists. Or at least the goalpost of what that dream actually is has been shifted so much That just being able to pay for your one-bedroom apartment and have enough food for your dog, and maybe buy a car that you shouldn't have bought because you can't really afford it, and be able to maintain that. That's the American dream now for most people. Family is not in that. Happiness isn't in that.
I gotta finish the precept. Verse 4, which is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, meaning the businesses, when the sound of the grinding is low, meaning no work. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Now you got people over there caught up in them countries, and Iran warning them, telling them to leave and go home to America. But guess what? No more partying, no more going on these girl trips. It's over with. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise. You know what? I was just thinking about that precept. Let me get this precept right quick, and I'm going to play this video a little more. 51, Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. Babylon is going to go. Well, we know that we know that America is Babylon, and we know that I can't say what we know, but this place Babylon America has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand, y'all, and have made a whole lot of people. I'm not going to read them, but I'm going to start at 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that has made all the earth drunken. Through what? Through its philosophies, religions, all the wickedness that they, push out to people. This place has been a terrible influence on the whole entire world. The nation have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. This is why you're seeing everybody's upset with America. You say Trump name and talk about America, the president over here, everybody turn their nose up. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, meaning take medicine. If so be she may be healed. She's not going to be healed because her time is up. Why? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, meaning F her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For the judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So America has reached its bound that it cannot go past. It's over. Yeah, a little more.
Survival is the American dream. And that's a sad dream to have. That's a nightmare. And that's a reality for most third world countries. And as they say, America's just a third world country with a Gucci belt. And the more I do this and the more into the research I go, the more true that becomes. But as somebody who's lived outside of the United States, as someone who's married to somebody from another country, as someone whose son has 2 citizenships, I can tell you that life outside of America is far better. Because you actually have peace. Not just around you, but inside. There's a kind of spiritual fulfillment that comes with community, that comes with a focus on family, not just a focus on production. And I think maybe that's something that we used to have in the States, but I can't remember that. Everyone here fights for brands. They fight for their tribes, but they don't fight for their families. They don't fight for their communities. And they certainly don't fight for themselves. Because Americans don't fight. And I think that that's the biggest failure.
They do fight. They fight for redlining. They fight with not. They fight against us, the so-called black man. Black man. Look at what they're doing right now. They are fighting. They're being racist as hell. which well, that'd be another whole lesson. But hey, this place has never been a comfort zone for us as a people, a so-called black people, right? You know, well, the Northern Kingdom as a whole, but you know that the so-called black man, which is from the tribe of Judah, American blacks, have been treated worse than any of the other 12 tribes outside of the so-called black man. Nobody has been treated worse than us. And this is what you're seeing. You're just seeing that a new age of the system getting ready to what? Flip. What that Isaiah 24 and verse 3, the land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people, Esau Edom, proud man, of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Meaning Esau Edom rulership, he has destroyed everything. The water, the food, etc. Animals. They got what? Polar bears down here in what? In a zoo. In the sun. This man have this. He had put every creature, every animal, every people. He had put them in a cage, man. It's time for him to go in the cage. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they, the Israelites, have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. I'll get into that in a minute. Let's hear a little more.
Of the American people is their failure to fight, whether that's figuratively or literally. That time has come and gone and come and gone and come and gone, but every time that moment comes where American people need to stand up and challenge power before power consolidates and takes the possibility of reform away, it's either there's a distraction or there's, well, you know, these things will blow over. But have they? What we're seeing right now, the buffer between the average American life right now and a state of survival is becoming increasingly thin. And it's gotten to the point in America where people go to the grocery stores and have to put their food on payment plans. It's gotten to the point where people aren't having families. It's gotten to the point where the average first-time homeowner is in their 40s. This is unsustainable. And people recognize that. And people want more. I'd say it's better to make $50,000 in Europe than it is $100,000 in America. I say that public life in Europe is far better than public life in America. You can't even use the sidewalks here. People use them to walk their dog, but they don't actually take you anywhere. They just take you around the neighborhood. I used to come out of my apartment in Greece and walk half a block to a cafe, walk 2 blocks to the marina, walk to city center where there'd be playgrounds full of children. It'd be 11 o'clock at night, and kids would be playing soccer in the park with no worry. You don't see that in America. Where are the children? They're not there. Because America isn't a family-friendly place anymore. If you're somebody who just wants a life of peace, a life of sanity,
this place has never been a friendly place. You saw Edom, you know, who's the mass shooter of the planet? Esau Edom over here in America, man. They, you know, they always got them. Y'all let them guns, and I think he spoke about them guns too. I think, yeah, he did speak about them guns. Well, 26 where I was just reading. I wanted to do something. 24, I'm sorry. 24 and 5 real quick. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants of thereof, meaning concerning Esau's Edom rulership, because they, the Israelites, have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the what? The everlasting covenant with who? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Let's go to 26 and verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, meaning who? Esau's Edom rulership, meaning for a time. And this is what you're seeing. His time is up. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness in the land of what? Of uprightness. Will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the what? The majesty of the Lord. Meaning what? He don't respect the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. He never have and never will. No, because you know it's not in Esau Edom, the wicked of the earth, to learn righteousness. It's just not in him to learn it. Well, okay, I'm holding the Psalms. No, what I wanted. Oh yeah, Psalm 50 and verse. Y'all bear with me. I was holding. That's Psalms. Oh, I had it. Yes, I did. Okay, here we go. Psalm 50 and verse 16. I start at 16. But unto the wicked, thy power says, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest what take my covenant in thy mouth? I could start at 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction, starting with who? Cain. Cain is that same spirit that's in Esau Edom. That's in the garden, the serpent. Same spirit. Same people. Back doing what? The same wickedness, and hating on who? Seeing thou hatest instructions, and casteth my words behind thee. Verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Remember Cain and Abel? Slayed them. Cain slayed Abel. Esau and Jacob. Esau right now today is what? The so-called white man. Jacob is the so-called black man. Is not Esau Edom still slaying him? Huh? Thou slanderest thy what? Thy own mother's son. So this place is it's not coming back. It's not going to. You're not going to find any form of joy and peace in Babylon, because that peace is over with. Because this place, Babylon, has been handing out judgment in the earth on the left hand side for a long time. Now it's time for the judgment of Babylon, America, that whore that sit upon many waters. Let's hit a little bit of this here, and I'm going to hit some more precept, and I'm going to close this out.
A life that goes beyond the corporate grind. Then in reality, you have to leave America. Because the only way to actually attain that life in America is to either win the lottery, buy a shitcoin that blows up and sell it, inherit a massive amount of wealth, or stay in the rat race long enough and pray that you don't get laid off to the point that you can actually retire. And this is the only way now. For my generation and those younger than me, that is the only way. And that's why everyone's leaving America. And that's why maybe you should think about it as well. Before the doors closed. Before countries start blocking Americans from coming. Because the more hostile our nation gets, the more chaos it brings to the world, the less likely you are to be welcomed in the country that you want to go to.
Okay. Let's go back to Isaiah 24 and verse 6. Therefore has the curse, Esau Edom, devoured what? The earth, and they, 2/3, and the heathens that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the what? The inhabitants of the earth are burned. That's the future of this place. Total destruction of Babylon, America. And few men left. And those few men are going to be what? The 1/3, which is that remnant from Babylon, America. There's no heathen going up into the chariots unless he have a spirit of a what? Of an Israelite. Because we are what? We are in the four corners scattered, looking like all the nations. Again, therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they, 2/3, and the heathens that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned totally, and few men are left. And again, the 1/3, the remnant from Babylon. The new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the what? The merry hearted do sigh. The mirth, what mirth? All of your joy, the fun, the laughter of tabrets cease. The noise of them that rejoice endeth the what? The joy of the harp ceases. So this is what you know what point I want to make concerning the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and what? And a few left. And those few left are going to be, just to make a point, prove point for a minute, prove point concerning the remnant from Babylon, the only one are going to be left, right? 2 Peter 2 and verse, 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, who y'all evenly call Jesus, will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away. What heavens? The heavens meaning the rulership of what? Of Esau, Edoms. With a great noise, missiles, nuclear missiles, chariots, and Yahweh Shai, and the whole host of what? Of the heavens. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, nuclear missiles, the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So, again, only the elect. Well, I could have went to 24 and 30, 31 of Matthews. But hey, let's get it in. Verse 7 again of Isaiah 24 and 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the what? The merry hearted. This is the point here concerning America being what? Being broken down, and what? No more fun, no more joy, no more laughter in this place. The mirth of tabrets ceases. The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the harp ceases. They shall not drink the wine with a what? A song, strong drink shall be what? Bitter to them that drink it. So this place has become what? Bitter as hell. Because what that place damn. I don't know why I couldn't get off of that precept 3 and 10 concerning 2 Peter. What that is, Isaiah 26 and verse. Damn, I used to say that precept all the time. Actually, 26 and 20. Come, my people, thou into thy chamber, and shut thy doors about the what? About thee. Hide thyself as it were what? For a little moment, until the what? The indignation be overpassed. And that indignation is going to be what? Going to be the righteous anger of what? Of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord. Righteous anger. Because to those of you are gonna choose that MOTB. You're gonna choose this man's system. You're gonna choose to eat. You're gonna choose to serve the what? The beast. And in the process of you choosing the beast and putting that microchip in your hand, and guess what? You're going to what? You're gonna serve from that point. That righteous anger that the Heavenly Father is going to bring forth, the indignation, is going to be justified. They shall not drink. Back over here in Isaiah 24 and verse 9. They shall not drink wine with song, strong drink shall be bitter to what? To them that what? That drink it. The city of confusion, and boy, no more what city or what country has more confusion than what? Than America. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Because soon, like he said, You ain't going to be able to leave out of this place in a minute. So if you ain't going to leave now, you're not going to be able to leave. There's a crying for wine, because look at what's going on now. People can't leave, can't fly out. And that's just one country, which is Iran. They're giving what? Giving everybody hell. Giving, especially America. Trump is he's confused. He's having a meltdown because he didn't think Iran was going to put. And he, when I say he leveling Israel. Man, so many videos. Them people, it's a ton of videos. I wish I could play them all. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth, meaning the joy, of the land is gone. So that's the future of America, man. The future of America is the ending of what? Of Babylon, America. And in the process of what? Of Babylon being destroyed, because that's prophecy. Prophecy is the ending of America, which is Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, to be what? To receive, and all of you all over here, the only people going to make it out of Babylon, and they're going to escape from that second death, is going to be only the 1/3 of the children of Israel. So hey, he that's a great thing, good thing that he's saying what to lead this place, because this place will get its judgment, and it's coming. Just like the prophets have spoken concerning what's taking place now, it was already prophesied. Huh? Especially through the men of GMF, because they go deep into the what prophecy, and going in prophecy and telling you what the destruction of America and who's going to make it out of America, right? All the time. that's the prophecy is the number one thing that the men of GMS do, right? And the other people are preaching. Most of the other brothers are preaching what? What are they preaching, y'all? They're preaching neighborhood, your community, save the community. This here, save the community. This place is finished. It's over. It's up. Even the so-called white man is telling you it's up. Leave. If you can't leave, then guess what? Pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that he take you up. But if you're not an Israelite, from out of the 12 tribe of the children of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, Naphtali, you are not going to make it out of Babylon, man. But you have to be part of the 1/3. Just because you're an Israelite, you're not going to make it, right? The Heavenly Father you have to be part of the elect to make it out of Babylon. Precept again, verse 11, 24 and 11. There's a crying for wine of Isaiah 24 and 11. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So that knows they call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Ruka, Kudash, Shalom.